back to bed. I'm tired of saving your place.
I was just thinking.
It's a dangerous pastime. You bucking for hazard pay?
Listen, I'm going to tell you something, and you're probably going to get angry with me, but I'd rather that you hear it from me than hear it from her.
It's too hot to get angry. Go ahead.
I know that there's a lot more between you and Victoria Lane than an old affair. I know that there's a lot of old secrets, and you wouldn't be as secretive of me if it were just an old affair. I mean, I know more than I want to know about your relationship with Santana. But I just can't imagine that Victoria Lane did anything worse than Santana did to you.
Why don't you just stop imagining altogether?
I can't. Because I have a feeling that all these secrets boil down to Keith and his sister. So I went to Victoria Lane and I asked her.
Well, I guess I should be glad it was Tori who got the 3rd degree this time and not me.
It wasn't like that. I know you well enough to know that you're hiding something from me. And all you keep telling me is that my imagination is running away with me.
It is, that's right.
Well, if the truth is so much worse than my imagination, why don't you just tell me and shut me up?
What did Tori tell you?
She told me she never met Katie Timmons, which I personally think is a lie. Well, you don't seem too put out. I thought you'd be upset with me.
Then why did you do it?
I guess I should have known she wouldn't say anything. I guess she promised she wouldn't say anything, and then you promised you wouldn't say anything. Is that it? Where are you going?
I'm gonna get dressed and go to work.
You don't have to leave yet.
This seems like a good night to go in early.
Are you that desperate to get away from me?
I want to get away from these questions, Eden, not you.
Well, I'm sorry, because me and my questions are a package deal.
Well, I'm sorry, too. But I'm hot, I'm frustrated, and I don't feel like dealing this.
Well, when are you going to be able to deal with it? Because me and my questions were not going to go away.
I gathered. That's why I'm leaving instead. What, nothing?
You're the one who said you wanted to get away.
From the questions, I said.
Well, right now I can't think of anything else besides questions. Like, why do you have to go so soon? Are you leaving because of your job? Are you leaving because of me? If so, why aren't you going to kiss me goodbye? Do you love me? They're all questions.
Darling, wait, I'm sorry. It's just, I'm sorry. But you can be kind of difficult.
I know.
Well, and you're proud of it, too.
I'm not. I don't like it when we don't talk to each other.
Well, I don't like it either. But yes, I love you. I always will love you. Come here.
Do you really have to leave for work?
Yeah, but at least I'm not going away mad.
And what if I ask you a question?
If it's about Tori, I wish you wouldn't. I don't know what I have to tell you. I mean, you don't have to worry about her. What I felt for her is in the past.
I accept that.
Well, then why don't you just let it go?
Look, Cruz, what's in your past is in your past, but for you, it's not over. This secret, this thing, that it's a part of you, and it has a power over you in the present, too.
No, I'm not going to let it have power over me unless you do.
Well, you're better at all these things than I am.
You're making too much of it. I gotta go. I'll see you later. changed hours with Paul so I could come home.
To light candles?
Yeah. I've been worried about you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just went for a walk on the beach.
No,
I would let you know if I needed
that's not what I meant. Actually, I saw you walking on the beach. I was worried when I left.
Oh.
You don't seem happy.
I'm happy. You make me happier than I've ever been.
You don't seem that way. It scares me.
What can I say? I'm insecure. And if I didn't love you so much, I wouldn't be so unbearable.
No. It's because of Tori.
Cruz, she was a big part of your life, and I accept that. That she's still a part of your life, I don't.
I understand the way you feel. But I gotta ask you to respect the way I feel. I wouldn't be playing this so close to the vest if I didn't have to, Eden. Could we possibly go an hour, say, without mentioning her name or saying the word secret?
I suppose so. Actually, to be safe, why don't we try going a whole hour without talking? Is that what you mean?
Baby, that's exactly what I mean. That was a big sigh.
I was just thinking about how patient and kind you are with me. And how I give you such a hard way to go. Can you forgive me?
Are you kidding, baby? It's no problem. Except I know that's not gonna stop you.
And I know I get childish sometimes. I just can't believe that you loved anybody before me. I mean, I've never felt anything like what we have. It's not fair that you have.
Who is saying that is anything like this? Eden, look at me. There's love and then there's love.
Yeah, well, I wish there was love 2 and love 7 and love 10. That way I'd know where we stand.
You want grades?
Yeah. Come on, what would I be?
You,
seriously?
Baby, you would be Love 1986.
I don't mean a filing system.
All right, okay. You'd be Love 2 zillion. How's that?
Only 2?
You want to see what we can do to increase your score?
Wait a second. What would Victoria be? Put yourself in my place. Why don't you? What if a man came from out of town, a very attractive man that I used to be involved with, right, that you knew about this, but I didn't have any feelings for him. But every time we were together, every time, he was withdrawn, I was nervous, and then you asked me to talk about it. I said, well, I really don't want to talk about it. Is that good enough for you?
Look, I'm not saying I'd like it.
You'd hate it. You would think I would be hiding something very dangerous.
Eden, I'm trying to do what's fair for everyone.
Well, why don't you do what's fair for me?
Knowing what happened wouldn't necessarily mean you'd understand it.
Are you afraid I'm going to judge you?
You already have. You said it was something dangerous, which is not entirely incorrect.
Go on. Tell me.
Yeah. Look. It was a day a lot like this. It was hot. There wasn't much hope of a break in the weather. The only place you could go for comfort was the beach. Tori and I decided to take...
What happened? What happened?
Power came back on.
You mean these candles weren't for me?
Yeah, they were.
So what happened? You and Tori were at the beach.
You and I can't. I can't tell you. There was somebody else involved. Can't tell you how tired I am of living with
You made it a choice to keep it a secret.
I wouldn't say it was my choice to make.
It was Victoria's?
I didn't say that.
Of course you wouldn't. You wouldn't say that at all. You spent your whole life living your life by your own rules, not letting anybody dictate it. But now all of a sudden, you're letting her come in and tell you what you should do.
Eden, there are times when a secret just isn't yours to tell.
That's right, because it's Victoria's, right? Because you're protecting it. You're protecting her. That's not like you. You let the chips fall where they may.
Oh, I protected you once. When your father was being kept alive by machines, when it seemed that you were the one who decided to end his pain, I didn't tell anyone. I left that for you.
You protected me because you loved me.
Mm-hmm.
Are you trying to tell me that this was a...
Don't run this. Please.
I wish I could just love you without being so damn scared.
You have nothing to be scared of. You're not gonna lose me, baby. Not until the day I leave this planet.
You're not going anywhere without me. She was dead. There just weren't any explanations when there wasn't anybody to tuck us in at bed at night. Kelly and Ted and I, we just waited until Daddy came around one day and told us that she was gone forever. And that seemed so impossible to me because she seemed so real. How could she possibly be erased? And then it happened to Channing.
I can't imagine how much that must have hurt.
You know, I wish Daddy wouldn't have sent me away when Channing was killed. I mean, I know he thought that it was for me, but he just made me feel more alone. Because I lost my mother and my brother, and then the rest of my family wasn't there. And I just started to feel like I didn't want to need anybody. And then I met you.
That was the luckiest day of my life.
I tried not to need you.
So I recall.
Cruz, there's no turning back. And sometimes I can't help but feel that somebody's gonna come away and take you away from me.
No, baby, that's not gonna happen. Because I'd have to let it, and I'm not gonna. When I tried to do without you once, it was an impossibility. I'm not gonna put myself through that again. No one has ever been to me what you are.
I can't hear that enough.
Just a second. Hi.
Hi. I wouldn't be here unless it was important.
Come in.
There's something you should know. It's about Keith Timmons. Did you?
Yeah, well, I knew they were both involved, but I never figured Keith would risk his precious reputation getting directly involved with a dealer.
And then, of course, there was the time when you were quite sure that I was getting the pills myself, huh?
There was a time when nobody knew what to think sometimes.
I'll try to forget that if you'll believe me now.
You talked to Angel personally?
Yes, but he said he'd deny it if I went to the police.
That sounds like him.
Well, he doesn't want to be on the DA's hit list. Can't say that I blame him. Not a great place to be.
All right, well, I'll see what I can get out of him. Thank you. Look, I'll call you when I have a better idea of how long I'm going to be.
Sure.
I forgot to tell him that if he has any news for me, he could contact me at my mama's house.
Well, you're more than welcome to wait here.
No, I don't think so. You know, it's surprising that I called this place my home once. Made some changes. You moved some things in? Well, of course.
Not many.
Well, it still feels very different. It's funny how little time it takes.
Santana, I want you to know that I'm glad you're better. And I just hope things get easier for you.
I don't expect anything to be easy anymore.
Well, I hope they do. And I hope you get the happiness you deserve.
I hope yours is worth the price.
I'll tell Cruz where you'll be.
I was thinking of going back to the Orient Express, but it's getting a little late and I feel a little tired. I saw your mother and father there this evening, and an old friend of Cruz's.
Who?
Victoria Lane. She's an actress. She's here on tour with a play.
Yes, I know.
Did you know that she used to live here? She went to our high school. Cruz's and mine.
Did you know her well?
Nah, not very well. It was hard to strike up a conversation with her. She was always hanging around Cruz.
High school sweethearts.
No, she might have liked for them to be. But, you see, they went out a couple of times, but it mostly went beyond high school.
Yes, I know. Cruz told me. It's kind of ridiculous to think about all of you guys in high school together. I mean, you and Cruz and Victoria and Keith and Keith's sister. What was her name?
Katie. I think Katie might have had a crush on Cruz also. Everyone did. But once Victoria showed up, she couldn't get anywhere near him.
So Victoria knew her? Katie.
I don't see how she could not have.
Hi, darling. Your father and I ran into Victoria at the Orient Express.
How are you? I'm fine.
Good.
Thanks. I'm going to get going.
Yes,
Nice
of course,
seeing you.
I
Thank
understand.
you.
Goodbye.
Good night. Good night. Was I interrupting something?
No.
You mean you just invited Victoria over here to chat?
Well, you're angry with me.
Should I be?
I just found out that she's staying in town.
What did you say?
It was very simple. I just wanted her to examine the reasons why she was staying. That's all. Really, that's all.
So now she thinks I've come crying to my mother about Cruz's old girlfriend?
Eden, I'm sure she realizes that I brought it up all by myself.
I don't want Victoria to think that Cruz and I are in danger because of her.
You were afraid of that.
I know, but I should have had more faith in... Look, Cruz made me realize that the feelings that I had were from something a long time ago, old fears, before we even met. It has nothing to do with now.
I'm very glad to hear that.
Yeah, but Mama, you're telling me I'm being insecure and foolish, and then you go and you do this. If Victoria is not my rival, then you don't need to run interference.
Okay. I'll behave myself from now on.
Wait a second. I just want to know what happened, that's all.
Nothing happened. Okay.
Well, why?
Good night.
What did you say to her?
Please? Would you just give us a moment? Look, nothing happened. I'll explain it to you later.
All right, excuse me.
Look, my mother was just helping. If she put you on the spot, I'm very sorry.
It's okay. She's your mother. She loves you.
Well, you should be able to stay in Santa Barbara without people demanding to know why.
Don't you wonder why?
I've had my moments. I thought maybe you wanted Cruz back.
What difference would it make? He's still very committed to you.
I know that. I'm very lucky. I have to keep remembering that.
Well, I'm glad you know you're lucky.
Well, wait, can I please just ask you one thing?
What is it?
Look, I know what happened a long time ago. I know that it involved Cruz, and he won't talk about it. And Keith holds it over Cruz, whatever happened a few years ago. I know it involves you. I know it involves Katie Timmons, too, and I know you lied to me about knowing her. I'm sure you had your reasons.
What do you want me to say?
I just want you to be able to resolve this feud, this war between Keith and Cruz, if you can. I'm beginning to feel very afraid of what Keith might do.
I understand.
He's making threats, Victoria. Yeah, he does that. I know you don't want to see Cruz hurt. I guess I'm just saying, if it's in your power to help, please don't stand by and do nothing.
I didn't mean to make it sound like I thought you
It's
were...
all right.
I came out, I saw Tori coming out here, like, ready to break down. I saw you, I said the first thing that came into my mind.
I just wanted to apologize for my mother.
Why?
She decided she wanted to do a little mothering.
Well, I hope Tori appreciated you trying to clear it up.
She told me I had nothing to fear from her. I think I'm beginning to realize that she thinks that she has something to fear from me.
And what might that be?
That I might figure out your secret. How you fit in, how she fits in. Why Keith is so bitter after all these years. You know me, I go over and over it in my head.
Yeah. And what have you come up with, Eden?
I think I know what happened. Can I tell you?